Hi guys, it's Ray here from raynewland.com. I hope you're fitting well. Now if you've come through to this video today, you obviously want to know the books that I'm going to recommend. These books obviously have helped me move my personal and business life forward. Now before I explain why I've recommended recommend the books below, I'm going to say something to you now which this changed my life 20 years ago. Now what I'm going to say to you now, I'm being 1,000,000% serious here. So this is free information I'm giving you. Even if you never come back and see my big fat head on video ever again, even if you never come back to my website, if you implement what I'm going to say to you now, if you've got the dedication to implement what I'm going to say, this will change your life. 20 years ago, I started off in business and I was struggling. I couldn't make it work. So at the time, I had a couple of mentors. And I asked them the question, I said, look, can you please help me? I'm struggling. What do I need to do to become a success? And what they said to me, which changed my life, they basically said to me, Ray, what you need to do is what they said to me, Ray, in the next 5 years, wherever you want to be will depend on two things: the books that you read and the people that you associate with. He said, Ray, you're associating with the wrong people and you're not reading the right material. So where you will be in the next 5 years, Ray, will depend on the books that you read and the people that you associate with. So these amazing, so what I did, like most people did, so when these amazing, very, very successful mentors told me what to do, I did what most people do, completely ignored them. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Then 6 months later, when they were getting more and more successful and I was going backwards, I went and seen them again. It's like, I'm still struggling, I don't know what to do. They're like, Ray, you're associating with the wrong people and you're reading the wrong stuff. Where you'll be in the next 5 years will depend on the books you read and the people you associate with. You need to start doing that. So this time I thought, right, I better act on their advice. Within 5 years of associating with the right people and reading the right books, myself and my wife, we become financially free. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail here. If you want to know more about association, I've done other videos. In the free videos that I do, go and watch the other videos. Honestly, again, if you watch those videos and you never come back to my website ever again, I assure you it will change your life if you act on those two words. Associate with the right people and read the right books. So make sure, don't be the average, be the above average, and make sure that you implement those two words. Okay, so back to this video about the books that I'm recommending below. Now, the books that I recommend below have changed my life or helped me move my personal or my business life forward. Now, I'm only going to recommend a few books at a time and they will change. Now, the reason why I'm only recommending a few books is, one, I don't want to overwhelm you, okay? I don't want to be recommending tons and tons of books because I've read hundreds over the years. So I'm only going to recommend books that are relevant, so they're quite new, so they're relevant to this day and age, if that makes sense. Another reason why I only want to recommend a few books as well is actually one of the books that I recommend below from an author and an American businessman called Peter V. Good. So Peter, hopefully I pronounced your name correctly there. I read his book last year, and if you're looking to obviously, to set goals in your business, trying to get some direction where you want to be, Peter's book's fantastic. Now, what Peter said when I read his book, it hit me like a thunderbolt, to be honest with you, because I was always told, read at least one book a week or read one book a month. You've got to keep reading. So I was just reading books for the sake of reading them. So like, oh yeah, I've read a book. Oh, I've read another book, but I wasn't getting anything out of these books. And it wasn't until I read what Peter said, and what he said was, and again, forgive me, Peter, if I don't say this exactly how you wrote it, but what Peter said was he would rather master 3 or 4 books and use that information and implement it into his business and personal life rather than read a load of books for the sake of reading it. I'll say it again, it's that important. What Peter said is he would rather master 3 or 4 books, take all that information out, and then he could input that information into his personal and business life and get that information so it moves his life forward. He'd rather master those 3 or 4 books than read 20 books for the sake of reading them. Now, when I read that, I was like, oh my God, that's what I'm doing. I'm reading books for the sake of saying, hey, I've read another book. You're not going to get any medals for reading books, guys, okay, yeah? So Peter, thanks for that advice. Honestly, it's really, really helped me move my life a lot faster. So the reason why I'm only recommending a few books below is if you get the books, master those books, and then put that information into your life to move your life forward. Okay, so that's another reason why I've only recommended a few books. Now below, when you read the books, you'll see there'll be a bit of a synopsis. This is very important, this, okay? The books below, for the most of them, you can get them for free of charge, okay? Like so Peter's book, I think the link goes to Amazon or something like that, wherever it goes, and you just obviously buy Peter's book. But some of the other some of the other books I've recommended, you can actually get free of charge, okay? Now actually you don't get them free of charge because they'll ask you to pay the postage and the shipping costs, etc. But please don't buy them just because they're free, because you'll get nothing out of them, okay? So you'll probably get your book, you'll get the book and you'll do nothing with it. It's important that you read my synopsis, why I've recommended the book, what I believe you can get out of the book, and it's very important that you believe that it's relevant to, like Peter said, you know, buy books that are relevant to your needs in the now. So if you think they're relevant to your needs, buy the book. If you don't buy the book even though it's free. I think the postage is like $9, so it's basically free. But please don't buy the book for the sake, because you're getting it for free. You're not going to get anything out of it. Only get any book that I recommend if you think it's relevant to what you need right now. Also, another warning as well, some of the books that I read below, especially the free books, they will try to upsell you on other products that they've got. Now, whether you get the product or not, it's completely up to yourself, okay, yeah. But what I recommend you do is just get the book, okay, because, and then not buy the products. Unless, as I say, unless you think, wow, that's something that I need, then that's obviously your decision. But if you're just getting going in business, you're not 100% sure what you want to do yet, you know, if I was you, just buy the book, and then for any of the upsells, don't, you know, as I say, you're not obligated to get any of the upsells, just don't purchase any of their upsells. And then what you can do is get the book, and then if you like what the author, if you think, wow, that author was amazing, you can go back another time, because they're not, you know, even though they'll say, hey, you've got 30 minutes to get this, you know, this super duper, you know, service, you know, the chances are you are going to be able to buy it or purchase it another time, if that makes sense. So my recommendation is get the book for free, pay the $9, whatever it is. Try not to buy any more of the products unless you want to, and then you can always go back, because you might read the book and go, I actually didn't like that, you know, and then you would have potentially wasted more money if you would have went for their upsells. But if you read the book and go, that was bloody brilliant, that you know what, you can then comfortably and confidently go back to that author and get more products from him or her, if that makes sense. Okay, so again, but I'm just letting you know, pre-warning you that there will be upsells on some of the books below. But whether you decide to get them or not, that's completely up to yourself. Then again, other books that I'm going to be recommending will go to websites like Amazon, etc. So again, obviously like Amazon is like, obviously I'm only going to recommend safe, secure websites, but again, always do your due diligence, okay, whichever website it goes to. Because I'm just going to stick the links on there, and obviously, you know, wherever the book goes, wherever you buy the book from, if that makes sense. Okay, so I hope you enjoy my recommendations below, guys. Most important thing is to say, don't be just buying the books for the sake of buying them and reading them. If you're going to buy any book that I recommend, or any book period, you've got to make sure, one, it's relevant for your needs, and two, the information that you learn, you implement it into your life. Otherwise, there's no point buying the book. Okay, yeah. Hope those tips help. Hope you enjoy my recommendations below. And remember, where you'll be in the next 5 years will depend on two things: the people that you associate with and the books you read. All the best.